right, it's that time again. Let's get organized. Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again, and in this video, I want to talk to you about mastering personal organization. Essentially, I want to give you the essential tips for the busy entrepreneur, okay? That's what we're talking about. In fact, one of the slogans that I like to live by is you got to organize before you can mobilize, before you can monetize, right? You got to organize before you can mobilize, before you can monetize. And you're going to find that this is absolutely true, not only for myself, but for many entrepreneurs out there, many success stories, likely many of your heroes. Now, surely there are people who will advocate to the, real concept of succeeding amidst chaos. And I believe that has its place too. But the reality is, by and large, organization is what wins the day. And oftentimes, if you're not moving forward in your business, it's likely because you don't know where to start, you're overwhelmed, and oftentimes all that really boils down to is just not being organized well enough. So as a busy professional, as a busy person, entrepreneur, minister, corporate worker, whatever you want to call yourself, if you're busy, you have to get organized. I find that unless you're organized to the T, it's really hard for you to accomplish the things that you want to do. And it definitely is difficult to accomplish all that you want to do. So let me go ahead and give you 3 very practical but very simple and powerful ways to be organized. I have found this in my personal life to be very, very good, very, very helpful as a busy person. And when I say busy, I really mean it. Honestly, I've said for the longest time, I challenged anyone to put their schedule up against mine. Not only am I a busy parent and entrepreneur, but I'm also a full-time pastor. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm a coach. I do a ton of different things. And if you relate to that, then you kind of know what I'm talking about. And more specifically, you need to get a hold of organization. You need exactly what I'm sharing with you today. So without further ado, let's jump right in. I want to talk to you about mastering personal organization, and these are essential tips on staying organized for the busy entrepreneur. Let's go. Number 1, conquerors use calendars, okay? Conquerors use calendars, and nothing could be closer to the truth. I'm a big believer in using a calendar because I firmly believe that unless you schedule it, it won't happen, all right? And if it's not on the schedule, if it's not on the calendar, if it's not on a place where you can look back to seeing that you've actually did it, then it didn't happen, right? And it won't happen unless you schedule it. And the reality is calendars are so easy to use now. Calendars have always been in usage even before the digital age revolution, right? Long before we've had the internet and apps and computers and all these cool things. And I remember seeing some of the most busy and successful people that I looked up to. A lot of them had calendars. They walked around with a notebook and they would write down everything. The fact is, I know people who still like to use that method, and there's nothing wrong with it. Now, of course, I'm teaching you how to build businesses online and to use technology and the advent of all that is available to us in the digital age. So I'm going to recommend using something like Google Calendar. I love Google Calendar. I use Google Calendars not only in my personal business, but I also use it in my profession as a pastor. I oversee a lot of different ministries. I also oversee a lot of different business aspects, and having different calendars and the ability for Google Calendar to interweave things for you, it really is second to none. Use your calendar. I don't care if you want to go ahead and schedule just the smallest minute thing, put it on your calendar. And there's a couple of different reasons why this is effective. Number 1, if it's there, it's going to happen. We've already covered that. But also, you can allot the amount of time that it takes to get a certain task done. And this is huge for your business. Imagine if you decided that you're only going to spend this much time on a project. That'll help you with your time management, but it'll also help you uncover and discover truly what it takes to get certain tasks done, right? And that way you're not wasting time. That way you're not killing dead space. You can organize everything, and I encourage you to do just that. Even when it comes to things like walking your dog or hanging out with your kids or going out to coffee with your friends, that doesn't mean that you're limiting time with them. But again, if it's there, then you can build it in, you can prioritize it, and you can build other things around it, which would include building your business and reaching heights of success that you've never done before. Conquerors use calendars. Number 2, be like Santa. Be like Santa, okay? Now don't flip out on me, okay? At the time of this video, we are basically entering into summer. School just got out, and we are many months away still from ringing in the holiday season. However, nothing could be closer to what we need right now. Nothing could be more appropriate than what I'm talking about. If you want to be organized, be like Santa. In other words, make a list and check it twice, okay? Make a list and check it twice. This is extremely powerful if you want to get things done. If you want to be organized and if you want to be productive, then make a list. I'm a big believer in making lists, not just to-do lists, but daily to-do lists. Daily lists of accomplishments that you want to go ahead and get done, and then also regular lists of things that you want to see done. Not just lists that reflect your goals of how much money you want to make, but also lists of things that you need to do today, and then tomorrow, and then the day after that. And I tell you, the reason why this is so powerful, number one is because it helps you keep you organized, plain and simple, right? If it's not in front of your face, it's not gonna happen. But secondly, there is something psychologically, I believe, that really takes place, and it's huge for you personally, that when you get something done, you get to do what? You get to cross it off your list. And it gives you that feeling of accomplishment, all right? There's almost like a dopamine rush that really takes place in feeling good and knowing that you got something done and you're that much closer to your ultimate goal, right? You don't get to your goal by taking one big leap and bound. No, what you do is you take small little steps and creating a list that you check out and you check twice, and then you get to knock down the things that you've done. I'm telling you what, this will be huge for your personal organization. Be like Santa. Number 3, and finally, tag teams win the day. Tag teams win the day, okay? Now, when I said tag team, hopefully you got an image of your head of professional wrestling. I'm a child of the 80s, okay? I grew up watching pro wrestling, love pro wrestling, right? And regardless of what you think about it, the truth is there is something very, very real and very, very true with the dynamic of tag team partnership, okay? And that's all I'm getting at. When I say tag teams win championships, I'm simply talking about tagging in or getting someone involved to help you out, all right? This person can be your partner in many different ways. Maybe not necessarily a business partner or an equity partner where you're splitting everything down the middle with them, but you probably would be surprised if you would think about the several people in your life, right? Or the several people that you could go out and find that would absolutely be instrumental in helping you succeed in something just by being something as simple as an accountability partner. Or maybe this is someone that you can delegate tasks to. Maybe there is someone in your organization, someone in your sphere that you could make part of your organization that's got talents and gifts that you haven't even considered yet. And yet they'd be willing to do small menial tasks for you so that you can focus frying the big fish. Does that make sense? Tag somebody in. Find someone. Who is it? Is it your wife? Is it your spouse? Is it your friend? Is it a business partner? Is it one of your kids? Right? You'd be surprised, especially when it comes down to things like technology and apps. Could you think about maybe tagging in one of your kids to help you post on social media? Or maybe you've got a tech smart friend who's good at putting up web pages. They could help you build your funnels. Or maybe there's someone who's really good at proofreading, really good at the art of communication. When you're creating your content, they can proofread it for you and see if it looks good. You see what I'm going with this? You can start to open up your minds to the vast amount of possibilities that exist if you would just open your mind to these things. Tag teams win championships. So my question to you now is, who can you tag in? Who can you tag in to do a specific task, to bail you out of something, to help you step forward and move forward towards your goal? Tag teams win championships. Let me encourage you to find your tag team partner and do it as soon as you can. There you have it, my friends. Listen, I hope this was helpful to you. Quick and dirty like usual, all right? But we get to the point, we get to the heart of the matter, and I believe that this will be helpful to you in achieving levels of personal organization, ultimately catapulting you to achieving levels of success that you never have before. I firmly believe that the organized person is the one who's gonna win biggest and win most often. So get organized, and hopefully these tips will do just that. Let me know in the comments below, which of these spoke to you? Which of these will really help you catapult your organization and your business? Let me know which one was the most revelatory to you. On top of that, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I'll see you next time. Take care.